is degrading.
It's a big parallel to where we don't need men, we don't need women. We need each other because we're different. Same thing within our faith, within the Christian faith. We need each other because we are different and because we have a different perspective and we've got value to share with each other. And I think one of the great training things in the world is to learn to live with a boy and a man in the house. You know, we're different. And you learn to love somebody despite their differences and how you overcome living and loving with a person. I recently spoke to somebody that came into my office who said that just in case she didn't know, I'm getting divorced. And I go, oh, you know, what happened? I just don't think we're compatible anymore. Simple as that. Like, we're just not compatible anymore. Well, we're not going to be compatible with a lot of people and a lot of things. We're not going to see eye to eye and have the same desires in every aspect of our life. It's learning to love each other despite those things. And it's a good reflection in society, too.
I mean, we participate with each other. We grow with each other. That's the way marriage should work. I mean, no one ever said marriage was easy. It's not like it's a Disney show where it's happily ever after, right? You have to work at it. And you're going to have your fights between husband and wife. You're going to have fights because of kids. You're going to have fights because of money. You're going to have all these issues. But you get past that. Why do you get past that? Because you go back to core values that you should have from growing up. And those core values, no matter what religion you are, come from God.
Yeah.
And that's what pulls you through those marital struggles. But it doesn't stop at marriage. It stops at you and your relationship with your kids, and you and your relationship with your community, you and your relationship with society. It affects the entire family unit, which affects the community, which affects the nation. And our entire election cycles depend on that moral values always being there to where we have something to fall back on. We have something that holds us up. And if we don't have that...
If you don't want to work at your marriage, it's not going to work. If you don't want to work in society at being a part of what happens, I hear, well, and even more so when this all started, you know, back in the time, people are like, I don't want to be involved in politics. I'll let somebody else do that. That's part of why we were in the mess we were in. Nobody wanted to care anymore. And it's hard. Those are hard things. A lot of people don't like contention. And so we don't want to have contention. Can we learn to listen to each other without having to have contention and really listen? Get where they're coming from. You don't have to agree with them, but you can understand why they believe what they believe, even if you don't agree with it. And we have an obligation as citizens to live in this country to be involved in those things. From the local, I think that's the first place to be, is involved in your local politics.